Alright, there's some lag. Alright, I repositioned the camera. Now I can actually read your guys' stuff. When is next farming with FUD? 2 weeks. Man, I keep saying promises, but I have all the stuff I need, so 2 weeks. For those of you who are back from the last live, holy smokes, there's a lot of people. Hello, guys. When is Pet Russian? You know, Pet Russian specifically, I'm not sure. I want to do like Pet UK or Pet Britain, whatever you want to call that, so that's probably going to happen before then. Are you mad? No. I just am. I'm just normal. Anyways, to those of you who are watching the last live earlier when it cut out, I was gonna go film a bolt action video on the moon, we call it. Boy, it is windy. It is way too windy to go do that. I got like 10 rounds out and I'm like, you know what, that's not gonna work. So we're gonna go try to find an indoor range. So I figured, well, start the live up and drive around and do that. This time though, it's a little darker and the screen's closer to my face, so I can actually read your guys' comments and topics. Grow an AR-15, that is definitely on the list. That would be a very easy one to do too. I actually don't own an AR-15, if you can imagine that. But that does not mean we can't get the seeds for it. Pet America in the oil fields. Oh, easy. Pet Scottish should be a fun one too. Maybe I could do some like historic stuff on that. Was Pet Russian deployed to Ukraine? Oh man, probably. You know, I thought of doing a video on that, but I thought maybe it'd be a little too dark, you know, or insensitive, that's the right word. I think it'd be a little insensitive for the people suffering. How are you? I'm okay. I've been better for sure. It's not like the top of the world right now. But, you know, despite all the craziness, I can't say that I'm down either, so it just is what it is. I miss Pet Russian too, guys. I really, you know, time's the biggest constraint for me. For those of you that are new here, haven't caught up on the last live. I have all these ideas and I have, you know, all the means to go out and film them and make videos. But it's just the timing. It's always the timing that's difficult because unfortunately the cliche answer is I do have a life outside of YouTube and it demands more time than YouTube, and unfortunately that's just the way it is. I wish I could prioritize this over other things, but that wouldn't be smart because YouTube's a flowing thing. Grow K98K. I'd love to do that too. That would be a hard one. That would definitely be a harder one to do. But I could do that someday. I think I need to get the ball rolling again on farming with FUD in general. You know, just to get the engine, so to say. How to grow a Lee Enfield's definitely another one on there. I have how to grow M1 Garands. Honestly, I haven't done that one yet, only because I'm debating on the growing process. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to give out too much stuff on that. I could make a simplified version on how to grow M1 Garands, or I could go and do a really thorough, interesting one. And I think I'm leaning towards doing the thorough, interesting one. For those of you that are new to this chat again too, we talked a little bit about in the last one how as much as it sucks that I don't upload consistently, I think that it is a better alternative towards just cranking out farming with FUD videos that are crappy, right? Like, I think high quality should always be a priority, even if it takes a while. Growing a nuclear bomb. Let's hope not. Can you make a video on how to grow a desert eagle? Yeah, actually, definitely could. I don't own one again, but I have friends who have those kind of plants, and I'm sure that they wouldn't mind at least helping me film one of that. Actually, believe it or not, if any of you are subscribed to Schrodinger, the Reload guy, he's got a desert eagle. Him and I have actually thought about potentially doing like how to grow Chris vectors, but like a collab of sorts where like Farmer FUD would be the one narrating it, so I'd come in and be like, welcome to Farming with FUD, but it would be him in his, you know, state in his universe with his vector, because I don't have a Chris Vector. Anyways, let's get to some other comments. Grow Jesus. That's an interesting one. I've thought of doing, there's so many of you guys that request, like, can you grow like a Sherman tank? And I always kind of scoffed at the idea, like, oh, that's so, how on earth would I do that? But believe it or not, anything's possible on that. So I've suddenly, within the past 2 months or so, a friend had recommended to me, like, well, what if you did it like this? And suddenly I'm like, oh, I could totally grow tanks. Why not? So now that's something to look forward to on the horizon too. And I know the horizon isn't exactly a clear thing with this channel, but believe it or not, there are means now, finally, to grow things like tanks, of all things. Right. Arizona's back. Can you grow a video on how to grow an M16A3? Yeah, I could. There is kind of, I mentioned, for those of you that are new, there is kind of an order of ops that has to go through with this. So I'm lucky that some of the more obscure things, like the STG-44 and stuff like that, those are next on the lineup. So I'm lucky for that. Oh, it's chilly. Sorry. I mean, so it was really windy out earlier. It was also really, really cold. So, Road Dragon, can you teach? Do an AR-15 grenade launchers. Grenade launchers would be very difficult, but I could still do it. Grow a T-14 Armada. That would be challenging. I'm not gonna lie. That would probably be the upper end of challenging, but like I said, anything's possible with this, so I'm not gonna discount that as being a video idea yet. If there is, if you guys throw out something in the chat, and it is like way too impossible to be a video, I'll strike it down instantly in a good way. I'll let you know. I'll be like, no, I could never do that, unfortunately. Well, my tripod's tipping over. Who does the Russian accent to the Pet Russian videos? That's one of my good friends, one of my closest friends. He's got a very small YouTube channel. It's not his life by any means, but whew, sorry, it's so cold in here. It's making my words stifle a little bit. Anywho, but he does the voice for Pet Russian's owner, and actually, I don't want to lean it on him specifically, but his availability and my availability coinciding are what is definitely pivotal towards making more Pet Russian videos. We get along super well. It's just that he's busy, but he's more busy than I am. I'm busy, so it has to be kind of a perfect storm of, are we in the right place together, and do we have time to film a video, / are we in like a setting to film a video? Like earlier I was at where all the Pet Russian videos had been filmed thus far earlier today to try to make a video, and despite me blocking the wind with my car, it was just so horrendous. There was no way I was actually gonna get anything filmed, even if I like narrated the audio over the footage. And I say that because I'm freezing right now too, so it wasn't just the fact that there's wind sound going on. Anyways, hey Jen Skinmore, I just opted in to ask if you think we live in a simulation like we're in the Matrix. That's a really good philosophical question, and my philosophy class kind of touched on that a little bit, like, are we in a dream, so to say? If Matrix is the word, and I don't want to bring the controversy in here, but if, for those of you who have seen Andrew Tate and his interpretation of what the Matrix is, i.e. like big government, that kind of thing, yeah, we live in that kind of a Matrix, absolutely. There's big power out there that we're unaware of. Matrix in a sense that we're all like plugged into something, and this is all a dream, so going back to the philosophical sense of, do we live in a Matrix? There is no good answer to that. That's why it's a philosophical question. But my answer to default to that is always that even if we are, the stuff we do in our lives in the Matrix right now has an effect on us, right? So we should view it as if we aren't in a Matrix, or at least respect the Matrix we're in, if that makes sense, right? Without getting too crazy on that. Anyways, high power mushrooms. I actually, so high power, high point, actually, I thought of how to grow like high point, like a high point handgun or something like that. I have a really good script out for that one. It would be easy to do. Oh man, it's cold. Sorry, guys. So that's on the table too. I have infinite ideas, literally. I have, 1 second. See if I was gonna make that light or not. I have scripts for almost everything. The only hard part really is just sitting down and editing the footage. Like, you'd think that something like Farming with FUD is a very easy video to make if I have all the resources, but it's that time piece. Like, for how to grow double barrels took me, I had a minimum of 5 hours of editing, so it is a dedication. I'm not the fastest either, so that doesn't help. All right, next time. Browning M2. Oh man, that one I can still do. That one's definitely a harder one to do, because of like certain constraints with like obtaining things. Again, definitely can do it. I put some thought into it a couple years ago, but that's one of those things where, like with anything, guys, the more expensive things you have to invest more in, and that equals obviously more time or more money, or more time for me to spend like locating plants for that kind of thing. So M2 brownings are definitely doable, but it's a less easy one to make. So in the interest of entertaining you guys and to getting, more videos out than less, the thought process is to kind of do, I don't want to say easier, but for lack of a better word, easier videos like STG-44, M1 Garens, Lee Enfields, muskets, that kind of thing, just to get that out there. Next one. One of my friends asked me or told me, if you know from, I think Apperson's the name. Some people say we came from monkeys, and where did white people come from? I think we are all the same. I think we are all the same human. I think that whether you're religious or not, I think science intertwines with that and can find a way to do that. The seeds of a native gun. How to grow a Gao-8. Oh man. All right, that is one that unfortunately I don't know if I'd be able to grow. The stars would have to align for me to grow a Gao-8 Avenger in any way. So I'm not going to say impossible, but I'm going to say that one's highly unlikely for sure. Fat Russian update. He's hibernating right now. It's cold. No doubt. That's the easy answer. But and I say that too in the sense that like the series isn't dead. I just want to at Scotland. And Australia's on the list too. So there's lots of stuff out there, guys. I do apologize that my ability on my end to crank out these videos is what really stifles everything. Like if I was better at making time for it, then I think I could do it more consistently. So how to grow the Altor 9mm? I'm not sure what that is, honestly. Oh, it's cold. Longsword oaks. That's doable, yeah. Absolutely doable. How to grow M1 Garand. Yeah, that one's definitely on the table too. I have, and for those of you that are new, that I say on the table, I mean that one's actually in the pipes of being made, so to say. I've put the brakes on that one a little bit because I'm not sure how in depth I want to go with how to grow M1 Garens, whether or not it's just the M1 Garand plant, or I'll spoil it just a little. Obviously there are similar guns that are like the M1 Garand that could grow into the M1 Garand, and I'll leave it at that. If you know, you know. Can you grow an M16A3? Yeah, absolutely. I'm certain that some oil from Kuwait would be absolutely necessary to grow that particular variant. When's Farmer Fudd returning? So those of you new again, I'll rehash that one. I'm gonna say within 2 weeks, certainly. I know I made the promise that STG44 video would be on the November 22nd, and that fell through. And I recognize now that making promises on videos that haven't been filmed yet isn't a good idea, because if something does pop up, then it breaks the trust between me and you guys, and that's not good. I don't want to do that. So no more big promises. If I say it's gonna be uploaded, it's because it's already been filmed and edited from this point on. Can you grow a Type 100? Oh man, I honestly forgot what a Type 100 is. I'm assuming it's a World War II Japanese machine gun, but I don't remember. Threes. Do you have any military gear or experience? I come from a military background, if that helps. I'm still my life's still unfolding, obviously. But gear, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. Gear-wise, yeah. Experience, no. I don't have any professional training other than friends and family. I have an awful lot of friends though that are military background. Not just from the U.S. either, believe it or not. Like, I'm blessed enough to have friends everywhere thanks to YouTube. And not just YouTube, but like Discord and that kind of thing. Is it AK-47 season? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is cold, and that's what they like. Can you do a video on how to grow an M16A3? Yes, absolutely. What's up, Ka? Can you grow M16A3? Yes, I can. Robert, I swear. I can't. It won't manifest it any faster the more you ask. Anyways, what words would you say to a depressed person? I'm not depressed myself, but I watched a video where a YouTuber told his viewers their feelings. I replied to some comments and planning on doing more. Depression is an interesting thing. I think that I'm trying to make this condensed, because for those of you that are joined from the last chat earlier today, I could ramble on forever, and people lose track when I do that. Depression's an interesting thing. I would talk to somebody, if that's within your power to do, who's a professional, but I would also look into trying to target the source of it, because I feel like sadness is a normal part of life, right? And trying to distinguish being sad because of particular circumstances that maybe you can change, maybe you can't, and being genuinely depressed to where you might need like medication or mental help, that's a big sea to navigate, metaphorically, right? So talk to people. Just talk to people, get their opinions. Make a choice for yourself. But I would advise, from a self-care, to look and try to figure out what it is that's bothering you, and then if there's a solution to that, explore the solution. Because some people just get anxiety. Some people just get really nervous about things, and the answer is they feel nervous because they're not doing anything about that. And once you do something to, let's say there's a homework assignment, right? And you're nervous as crap because you haven't done it yet. Maybe the answer is to just go do it. And that's what's getting you down. So I think, in short, recognizing what it is the most important thing you could do to solving it, or learning to live with it, in a lighter heart. All right. Next topic. Is it possible to grow knives like a karambit or bayonet? Knives by themselves, I think so. Bayonets specifically, I would say no. And the easy answer is, right, like, think about a tree, and trees have fruits, right? So you could look at a bayonet as sort of a fruit in a way. So you can't plant an apple in the ground and get an apple. You plant the apple in the ground and you get an apple tree. And the tree would be the firearm that the bayonet is on. Silly stuff, but I mean, think about it. All right. Are the guns in Farming with FUD real? Models, if and are models, where do you get them from? I've thought of doing a video on the minigun specifically because I won't spoil anything. That would answer that. I would say, I don't want to ruin the Disney magic of it, so to say, excuse me, but most of them are, oh man, I'm trying to say this without like spoiling it. I'll leave it guessing to you. Most all of them are definitely movie props, or other, we'll say, non-functioning things. There are some that are real, but I'm not going to specify which. I'll let you be the one to try to figure that out. I will spoil one of them. I'll make a specific video on it. I won't say which one yet, but I will make a video uploading because the way I was able to come across this particular plant has its own story, and I think it's important to share. So, but more on that later. Right. Sorry, the road's a little bumpy right now, so I'll get to your chats in a second. How to grow M16A3. Rosie Ving, I swear, I'm going to make a sticker or something. I'll grow an M16A3 and I'll put a sticker on there with your profile picture and your comment. Or I'll put several thousand stickers, because all you do is you keep asking me to grow one. I'm driving right now. I can only divert so much brain power towards reading the chat and driving. And my interdimensional form might be taking care of it right now, but that doesn't mean that I can neglect the chat right now to go grow one, either way. All right. That's not a knife. That's a knife. That's one of my favorite movies. I love Crocodile Dundee so much. It's kind of a slower movie. It's, you know, an older, slower movie, but props to you. If you've seen Crocodile Dundee or get the reference or like the movie, you win my seal of approval. Grow an SKS or an SVD. Believe it or not, I have one of the plants to grow SVDs. I just need the seedlings, which is arguably the hardest part of the video, is the getting the multiple steps to do it, right? But SVD is definitely on there. Not going to be something in the near future, but definitely something that I have started the wheels turning on. Oh man, I don't know why it's still so cold. I think my air conditioning must not be working in the car. All right, bring the chat up. Sorry about this, guys. I do apologize for the breaks in between reading comments. It's simply just because obviously the road is a little more important than reading. I won't get into why, but I think it should be common sense. As one of my subscribers for a while, Plague Doctor, said in the last chat, keep your eyes on the road. We don't want to have to like wait any longer for videos. And if you get in a crash, then you might have to wait forever. I'll be on the, oh, perfect. Here's a red light. Funny how things work like that, isn't it? All right. Do you have any other content ideas, what you'd like to tease us with? Gaming, but I know that's kind of like a buzzkill to some people. So that's something that I would make a poll first. I know that in a perfect world, my method of operations for the channel would be to upload what you guys want to see first and then fill in those gaps with what I want to upload, just to, you know, pass the time, because obviously things like Farming with FUD and Pet Russian take a while. So those more supplemental videos like funny edits and that kind of thing. But what I want to definitely try to do more dedicated videos of would be streaming like this and fishing. And games, that kind of stuff too, like game edits, like maybe me like streaming on Twitch or something like that. But that being said, I don't want to I don't want to sacrifice resources from the main channel to do that, if that makes any sense. And by that I mean I would put a poll out first. I could definitely do a lot more gaming content or live streams like this more frequently, but at the same time, I don't want to push people away as in like, oh, all he ever does is upload gaming stuff and that's boring and I'd rather watch Landmark, right? So if I were to ever make a decision like that to put out more gaming content, the first thing I would do is put out a poll to you guys on whether or not you'd want to see more of that, as in any video is better than no video, right? Or the other thing I've really thought of is maybe I could just make a separate channel for gaming specifically, and then those of you that don't really care so much about seeing Pet Russian or Farming with FUD and they just want to see a video of mine, that might be a good way to do that. So I think I might put out a poll later and see how much people would think like would be a good idea to do a second channel or not, just specifically for that. Are you ever growing something bigger than guns? Yeah, so it's kind of been a running joke that people want to see me grow tanks. I don't know why. There's so many requests like, grow an M1 Abrams, grow a Sherman. It's like, and I always like, what the heck? That's so random. Like, how on earth would I have the real estate to grow something like that, right? But then I had a friend 2 months ago tell me, she's like, why don't you try this way? And you could, if you did XYZ, you could grow a tank. And I thought about it. I thought, yeah, you're right. So suddenly now, yeah, I could definitely grow something bigger like a tank. Now a battleship though, maybe not. I don't know, but something like a tank is suddenly doable. Pet Ukrainians. You know, I'd love to do a spoof on that, but I also want to be respectful to people in that sensitive part of the world right now too. So how to grow M2 Brownings is definitely in the pipes. That one's going to take a bit longer, and obviously these videos take a while, so don't expect that one on the horizon anytime soon. But it is one that I have bought and done some things to get working. I just want to prioritize other videos. Of course, there's a guy named Kaiser that wants German inclusion. Were we talking about Kaiser Wilhelm? Grow a Polish tankette. Oh, that would be hard. Specifically, that one would be difficult because I would have to somehow obtain some Polish soil. I have a very good friend in Poland who could work that out for me, but you know, it would be difficult. I would have to physically move Farmer FUD probably to Poland or something, or to maybe a museum or something and inquire them about if they have a tankette. But I don't know if there are any Polish tankettes in the US. Grow a 50 cal machine gun. That's definitely in there. Can you grow a 50 cal? Yeah, absolutely. I thought of maybe doing like 50 cal sniper rifle first, and I did work with Schrodinger a little bit on the concept. He actually has his own little video. If you guys haven't seen it, it's kind of funny. It's called like How Different YouTubers Reload, and there's a skit in there where he has me voicing him growing a 50 cal. So go check out his channel if you haven't. If anybody hasn't seen Schrodinger yet, it's I type it if I could. It's sorry, distracted. It's the same Schrodinger as like Schrodinger's cat. It's just one word, and he does reloading videos primarily. You've probably seen him at one point or another. He was really huge 2 years ago when the shorts took off. All right, getting out of an urban area, so I'll read some more comments here in a second. Grow an analog tree of 40 fruit, analogous to the tree of 40 fruit. I'm not sure what that is, but when I get done streaming, I'll go back, sift through the comments, and I'll make a point to go look at what that is. A lot of people, holy smokes. Oh, goodness. All right. What's better, cars or guns? Personally for me, it would be guns. I think so. I think I'm not against cars. I just don't have like a burning interest in them like some people do, if that makes sense. Because, I don't know. I obsess over bolt actions in every capacity. So obviously they don't have bolt action cars. If they did, I'd be a car person. Grow a Ludi. You know, that would be a really fun idea. And I know somebody in Texas who happens to have one. His name's Brandon Herrera. But I'd have to reach out to him about doing that somehow. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how I could do that. I don't know what steps would be necessary for me to reach out to somebody as big as Brandon Herrera. Grow a knife. There's actually somebody's done a parody video on how to grow like knife beans or something like that. I do check. I do every now and then. Like I definitely try to surf the YouTube and see if anybody else has done some Farmer with FUD ideas or not. Man, it is dark out today. What were more guns? What were there more of, guns or men in World War II? You know, I don't know. That's a very good question. Man, I guess it depends what you mean by men in World War II, because if we're talking exclusively like frontline infantry, maybe guns, because there was like 14, I think, million Mosin Nagants made. And I could be wrong, but I'd be surprised if there was 14 million frontline Russian infantry at the time. But without making it too long-winded, if you look at the logistics side of things, like people working on machines, there was definitely more people than there were guns. Can you grow an RPG? Yes, actually, 100% yes. I wish so badly I could do that sooner. The only issue that is stifling me right now is the we'll say cost, because it is what it is. The cost of actually buying a fully matured RPG plant is pretty expensive. It's not as expensive as the minigun, but it is expensive enough to where it just makes sense for me to focus on like how to grow M1 Garens and other small arms first. But I have every prop I need to how to grow RPG trees except for the main one. So as soon as I get the main one, I can guarantee there will be a video. Grow the Balisong. I don't own a Balisong, believe it or not. I know I'm trying to toot my own horn, but it's funny how there's a lot of comments on like the Farming with FUD videos, and people are like, "Oh, do this, do that, grow this, grow that," and then they're surprised when I'm like, "I don't own an AR-15," and they're like, "What? I thought every American owns one. You have so many guns. Why don't you have one?" I have a decent amount of guns, but again, like most of them are just bolt actions. That's what really trips my trigger, pun intended. All right, let's get some more comments. Grow the Balisong. Grow the Liberator pistol. I'm assuming that's that little stamped sheet metal, crappy single shot thing. That would be funny. That would be really funny. I could like literally start out with some like scrap metal, be like, just hammer it in the shape. Next, get a steel pipe and place it. Now you have the Liberator. It really is that simple. It really is. It really is. If anybody's seen like a Forgotten Weapons video on it, it is quite literally a tube with sheet metal stampings and like one spring. My name is Wesley. I'm using my sister's phone. Hi Wesley, nice to meet you. I hope you are enjoying the live stream. And I apologize to those of you that are new or old that I'm missing some comments. I'm trying to do the best that I can with those. Are you home right now? You look like... Look up capybara. They are kind of like the dodo. I would, but I'm actually driving right now. I'm just trying to... I'm quite a ways away from where I'd like to be filming, and it's dark out now, so I could just wait till tomorrow and try again, but I'm determined. So we're gonna go try to find an indoor place where I can film this video. So I'm maybe driving for like probably the next 20 minutes, maybe 30. Just depends. Do you like AR-15s or AKs? I definitely have a preference towards AKs. I think that there's nothing wrong with the AR. I just think that the robustness of the AK, and I know that's a cliche thing, but it is true. I think that the robustness of the AK parts, to me, make more sense. It's more forgiving. I think the AK is a little more forgiving because it's looser tolerances, and I know that's cliche, but I think I don't know, I just like it. I think long stroke gas piston, big beefy bolt carrier, even if it is slightly heavier, which they really aren't. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm biased because I don't own an AR. Gun botanist, yes. Consider this: if you have different guns or different species, order, family, genus, can you make any videos that classify guns like they're plants? Yes. To answer that, Jelly, that is actually why I haven't done an M1 Garand video yet, because I'm debating on keeping it lore-wise, if that makes sense. And then for those of you that have already heard this, I apologize, but there's definitely a lot of designs similar to like the M1 Garand, and there's definitely different variations of AKs and ARs. And so with that being said, if we're looking at it like a scientific plant, then it would make sense that they would have similar growing styles. So to have like different like order, family, genus, all that of different plants makes sense. So I think I owe it to you guys. I think that the lore for each plant does have to make sense in a little bit of a way, right? Like I've seen some people kind of do spoofs of Farming with FUD where they're like, now just add like gunpowder or add this, and I'm like, okay, sure, but that's not specific enough, right? If different plants have different needs. Anyways, that's just me. Another red light, so we're gonna get to catch up on some comments. 9 plus 10 equals 19. You're correct. What are your thoughts about Saving Private Ryan? Ooh, that's a good one. Is your favorite gun a minigun? My favorite gun is the Mauser T Gewehr from Battlefield 1, the tank role, anti-tank class or whatever that is, for those of you that don't know. I think Saving Private Ryan is excellent, except for some of the like decisions made by the people in the movie. I think it's very visually good. I just think that like specifically the part where they're like, oh, there's the machine gun nest on the hill. Let's all charge directly at it instead of using, you know, the guy in our company or squad that has a sniper rifle. And I just, again, I'm not a military expert, but I think the way they approach that, to me, it breaks the realism a little bit, because I look at that like, what? Like, they could have still gotten that job done without going the way they did. So, I don't know. But the same could be said about any movie, right? Like it's dramatization, right? Anyways, play Spacecraft Simulator. I've not heard of this. I'll look that up. I've always wanted to do like maybe like a Twitch stream or something of Kerbal Space Program or something like that. Haven't found the time yet, unfortunately, but it would look really fun. Pro NATO gun and a Russian gun. I think technically we have. So we've done the AK. Have we done a NATO gun yet? Yeah, we have. We've done the M16s. All right, next one. Obama on War Thunder. You mean to tell me that it takes 750 spawn points? Spawn a drone strike? That's funny. You know, I haven't played War Thunder in a couple of years now. It's one of my favorite games. I've just been so busy. But You know, I almost wonder if they have drones now in War Thunder. The last I played, they started adding like helicopters. Like I think they had the Cobra in there. Next question. I've got to go. There's my last question. Which is better, Panther or Tiger? Oh, from a practical standpoint, the Panther is, but from just a raw coolness factor, I don't think anything beats the Tiger. I think the Tiger 1 is even cooler than the Tiger 2. It's, man, is it an iconic tank. It's just this big box of power, right? It just looks mean. Even if there wasn't that many of them, even if the Panther is better. Oh my goodness, could you imagine seeing that thing in real life? The way the German soldiers try to sing. They have drones. It's crazy. Oh man. That, you know, balancing War Thunder must be an absolute pain in the butt. Like, there are so many stats and specs and vehicles in that game. I don't know how they do it. I haven't played in a long time. They must have a lot of manpower dedicated to make that game enjoyable. Next question. It's the most annoying thing in existence. Oh, that's unfortunate to hear. You know, last I played War Thunder, I feel like what they need to do is, and maybe they have it now, instead of just having battle ratings, they should have a game mode where it's like time frames, right? So like maybe just 1939 to 1945 tanks strictly. And right, so there would be a little bit of unbalancing there, but at the same time, at least people who are in like a Tiger 2 won't have to face like Cold War era Soviet tanks. That was always my biggest thing I think was controversial. It's fun, but it's also annoying. But I don't know. I'm not the developer. Thoughts on the Undead Chronic versus Think Before You Sleep beef? Oh, you know what? That's so funny you say that. I am subscribed to Think Before You Sleep. I think he's controversial, to say the least. I'm not going to put myself in a box of it, whether or not I side with him. I think that he gets a lot of things right, but I also think he probably gets a lot of things wrong. Without getting too crazy on that, I was just watching that stream last night on his channel. I don't know what it's about. I don't know who the Chronic guy is, but when I get, again, I'm very busy. When I get time, I'll dig further into it, or if you want to do me a favor and summarize it in the chat, I won't get a chance to read what it's about in the chat, but when I get done with the stream, I absolutely will go back and look through these comments for you guys. I wish I was doing something where I could pay a little bit more attention to the screen, like fishing. If I was fishing right now, guys, there wouldn't be a comment I would miss. But, you know, driving's important. It's quite easy for Gaijin, they just don't. Oh, man. That is the bane of all video games, isn't it, right? When the developers stop caring. I think any game could be a lasting game if just don't walk away from it. That's why I love Tarkov so much. Whether you like the decisions they make or not, they put effort into it, and that game is not short of fault, but it's not something like a Call of Duty title, unfortunately, where they put out a lot of stuff, they put out a lot of DLC, they address a certain amount of problems, and then they completely abandon it, and the game is too long-winded. I think MW3 did everything right. I think if they stuck with Modern Warfare 3 and just improved upon it, like added more stuff, added more maps, added better detail and DLC, I don't think we'd need anything else. Imagine if MW3 had Warzone, right? I have played Warzone. I haven't played the newest Call of Duty Warzone. I think it'd be MW2 Warzone. I played like 2 games, but I have played the first Modern Warfare Warzone a lot over that summer that it was out. But obviously, guys, more of an adult now than I was. I just have obligations that prevent me from playing as much as I'd like to, but it's okay. All that means is I have to learn, and the 2 most important things in my life right now, guys, are my professional obligations and my friends, family, and YouTube. So if that means I don't get to play as many games as I'd like to, then that's okay, right? Like, I'd much rather put out something like a YouTube video that you guys can enjoy, right? And I've neglected that, unfortunately. But this channel is my life, man. Like, I'm not saying that in kind of like a simpleton way, but I've never put as much time into something as YouTube. I've had the channel, for those of you that don't know, I've had the channel for like, I think going on 14 years now, maybe. It is huge. And when it got hacked, for those of you that don't know, I got hacked back in, I think November, the end of October or November, and boy, I was worried. I was worried I wasn't going to get the channel back, and I was having this like, kind of like a little coming to terms crisis where like, shoot, if the channel's gone, what am I going to do? Like, I still have my professional obligations that I need to do, but like, did I start over or what? Like, I don't know. That was a scary moment, to say the least. Many nights of caffeine and dedication staying awake. I think I'm not even kidding. I stayed awake for a total of 3 days trying to work with YouTube, just doing absolutely everything I could to get the channel back, and we did it. We took a really big hit on exposure, obviously, because there's only 17 of you guys, or 19 of you guys watching right now, and prior to that, I think the stream at the time had a little over 1,000 people. I think it might have even been close to 10,000 people were watching the crypto scam at the moment it was airing, when I didn't have access to the channel. And you can imagine, I'm sure a portion of those people probably go turn off notifications, and you know, in a literal sense and a metaphorical sense, the channel has kind of had to hit restart from that hack. So it is what it is. More Farmer FUD, yes, more Farmer FUD indeed. I don't want to make a set in stone promise, because that always goes against it when I do, but Farmer FUD, how to grow STG44 plants. Unless something catastrophic happens, hopefully it doesn't. I don't know anymore, guys. Unless something extenuating happens, I will have how to grow STG44 plants within 2 weeks, 100%. That being said, IQ 21, my son is so dumb. You know, I don't really like the IQ tests, right? Because you could be smart at one thing, but dumb at another. You know? Like, I suck at welding. Does that mean that I'm dumb because I don't know how to weld? No. I don't know. I never liked the IQ test measuring people's intelligence. Gabagool. There's only a few people I've ever heard say gabagool, and it might be one of the ones that I know personally. So if it is, props to you for joining the chat. Yay, more Farmer FUD. Yeah, guys, like, I do apologize. I know I keep you guys waiting, but the worst thing I could do, for those of you that haven't heard yet, is to make a claim like, it's going to be on this date specifically, and then when it doesn't, I feel bad, and you guys are like, where Farmer FUD? Alright. We got a stoplight, so I'm going to try to read some comments. Thanks for reading my question. TBOS helping out Sandman. Helped out by Sandman MGTOW started to start his own channel. TBS dropped MGTOW. I'm going to have to look more into this. I'm very curious. Hey man, we both were learning how to weld. I wish I was better, right? But man, anything in life is like that, right? If you want to put time into it, you'll get better at it. Or if you have the ability, I'm sure I could be a good welder if I put some time into it. I mean, for Christ's sake, I made the Tagilla mask without even needing a welder. Like, imagine if I had the ability to weld, what I could do with my creations. Many people should get into politics. You should run as mayor, state senate. Yes. Yes. So, to get on to what, I think your name's pronounced Saren. You know, if I had the power to reach everybody on Earth, I would advocate for that, because politics is interesting to some people and boring to others, right? And without making it long-winded, wrap it up here. Everybody should care about it, right? Because it affects us. Just a little. You should stay involved in it, just a little. Just for that reason alone, just because it affects you, right? I think it's probably the most important thing we could do as humanity, because even if you don't like politics, you'll find a way to work together with other people, and that kind of is the core of what I think politics is. I don't know. We need to work together, and learning how to do that is crucial. Because we are all the same species, guys. We all live in the same world together. All right, gonna be another stoplight here in a second, then I'll read some comments. I apologize for those of you who have put out comments probably repeatedly that I might have missed. All right. Help, I'm blind after growing flashbangs. Well, trust in my voice that FUD will show you the light again. This time it won't blind you. What are your thoughts on how most kids are nowadays? I don't want to make a general statement, but if I want to sound like a boomer, I had the privilege of handing out trick-or-treat candy this year, and there were a lot of kids that were kind of like, and maybe this is just me sounding old now, but there were a lot of kids that were kind of like selfish, and they're like, I don't know, like they felt like entitled to the candy. I don't know. But guys, never forget this. That is exclusive to one event and a certain group of people, right? And where I live, there might be lots of kids who are still very thankful for candy and are in the spirit of Halloween, right? You know, to blanket everybody in any kind of statement is never a productive thing, right? Because I have, because of YouTube, I have friends all over the world, and if I've learned one thing about that, it's that we are all absolutely the same. Absolutely. Um, there's mean people everywhere. There's racist people everywhere. There's nice people everywhere. And then the one thing I learned is that most people are like you and I. Most people just want to play video games and, have fun and live life, and don't want nothing, no problems. I think that's probably the majority, but there are people like you and me everywhere across the globe. That much is true. So never forget that. All right. Scum. I've never heard of the game Scum. I'm going to look into that when I get done with the live stream. And actually, unfortunately, the live stream ending is going to be soon, like within 10 minutes. Sorry if you're new to joining this, but uh-oh. That was weird. A little blind patch. Sucks that most people did not see the server invite, but less work on Cosent. Yeah, absolutely. That he puts in so much work. I have to respect that. Like, he's a champ. And I thought of it too, again, to keep this one short. The original links I posted to the server, if you don't accept the invite, it goes away. So most people who had the opportunity to join the server probably aren't part of the server because they didn't go through to like read the rules and stuff. But that's my fault. So so yeah, we would have a lot more people on the server, on the Discord server, if I updated the link to it. But that's okay. I commend Cause for putting in the work to that. All right. I'm at the destination, so let's read some comments for the next 10 minutes. And then I gotta go film a video for you guys. Oh man, it's been a long day. All right. Trick-or-treating involves me going to my local, right, Halloween costume and buying a bunch of candy. I just got up to get some water and I walked into a wall. That's funny. Bruh. Grow FAL or AR-10? I could grow an AR-10 sooner than the FAL, but the FAL would be a very iconic video. I'd love that. Yeah, it's sad only a few of us got stalker roles. I'm sure that'll change. I think I just need to core root of my problems, right? I think I just need to upload more videos, and then express like, oh, by the way, I have an Instagram, or by the way, I have a Discord server, and come meet like-minded people. Maybe sprout some Takrev seeds. I could do that. Actually, yeah. The the handguns are always easier videos to make because, obviously it's a smaller plant. Like, I mean, for those of you that do gardening in real life, like imagine, I don't know, imagine growing a pepper plant versus a tree, right? Like you're going to wait a lot longer to get a fully matured tree than you would like a pepper plant or lettuce or something. So for FUD lore wise, yeah, I should really do more handgun videos because they're a lot easier than the big full blown like rifle trees and that kind of thing. All right, I'm in the server that said M67 frag bush. Yeah, M67 frag bush M67. Yes, I have the props for that too. That would be another easy one to make. I have sort of an M67 grenade. It's not a real one, obviously, but um, it would be enough for a video. So M16's paternal grandpa. Yeah, basically. Do you like math or do you like reading? I, that's a good question. I guess I should say I like reading more because I do read more. Oh my goodness, I spend countless hours a day. Like, if I'm not reading, I don't read books a ton. I really should, but I read comments and articles and just looking at text, we'll call it. I look at text all day long. I mean, hours and hours and hours a day. Um, I like math too, though. I need to spend more time doing it to be good at it. Math's a good thing, though. Math's a very helpful thing. Oh, okay, so when you get inside, look up Scum and Forest and Sons of the Forest, and I'll tell you if I find about any other nice games. I appreciate that, yeah, because um, for those of you that are new, I am debating whether or not maybe I should make a separate gaming channel so that I can upload something for you guys to watch in the meantime between waiting for like farming with FUD and stuff. Did you do the MP gun? Yeah, I have everything I need for that now. I just need to go out and film it. So hopefully it'll be within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully. I'm the only person on the server who has seen Cause's face. Unlucky. I'm surprised he's not posting more of his face. He's not an unattractive looking person. I'd HKF the MG34, MG42 more. I like the MG42 more just because it's faster. I'd love to do a video on that one, but that would be a harder one to do. Um, Even harder than the M2 like Browning. You know what I think I'll do? And this just kind of gave me an idea. Uh, I should make a list somewhere for you guys to see like what videos are like the most likely versus least likely, or like the soonest versus longest waiting time. Because like there's so many like suggestions and questions, and I try to read every single one of them. So maybe I could make a great big list for you guys to look at to see like what to expect next and how soon and like how far out, like say um like MG42s would be growing. M60 machine gun. Oh my man. Last summer and the summer prior, I tried so hard to make the M60 machine gun tree video happen. Unfortunately, it just didn't. But that's the one I really, really want to do. partly because I have a family history with that, so it would be a significant personal video too. Lethal Weapons, Texas. You ever planning on going to Clay Cole event? Oh, damn. Thank you for mentioning that. I'm going to screenshot that really quick. Yeah, I saw a sign up thing for that, and I totally forgot to look further into it because he made a community post about signing up. And I looked at it that night, and then I went to bed, and I completely spaced on it. So thank you. Causes hot AF. That's funny. How's it going in life? Says Critical. Not bad, not good. Let's give the Chernobyl answer to that. I want the world to be a little more stable and peaceful, and I think that I would like that very much. You know, if we can get back on track with that, I will be fantastic. But I'm also not, horrible right now despite everything, so I'm thankful for that. Do a vote on video ideas. Yeah, I should do that more, shouldn't I? Like, because that's helpful for me, right? Because that helps me prioritize what you guys want to see and what I should be investing more effort into, right? My dad has 3 Glocks and ARs and a lot of ammo and more guns. Nice. Yeah, Glocks and ARs are like in the same boat of, I think, like I don't say good, but like, yeah, no, a good general purpose guns to have. Like, if you could only have 2 guns, I think an AR and a Glock would probably be the best cover everything tool, we'll say. Right. Oh, do you play Sons of the Forest? We'll get emergency packs open as soon as possible, please. Consider it if you have new gaming channel, please do a series type thing. I'll have to look more into how I would structure that with like a series type thing or not. Let me check the time. Okay, we got some time. Oopsie. I pressed the wrong button here. But I'm gonna wrap this up, I think, in the next like 3 or so minutes because I do have to get in this place before they close. Say bean. Oh, I think I just did. I love when you rage quit and you're playing War Thunder. You ate the light bulb. That was iconic. I'm glad somebody remembers that. That was fun. I wish I could do more like that. Oh man, that was a wild time. Can you grow a golden gun? Absolutely. I'm gonna try to speed through these guys. I apologize if I give a short answer. Maybe grow something in the McDonald's parking lot. Don't tell Cause I said that already because he thinks I'm gay. I won't say anything, but beware. He was on earlier. I don't think he's on now, so he might be. 5-7 Shrub have had done. Good idea. Are there going to be more How to Grow 2 videos soon? Yes, absolutely. Can you do How to Grow Rocket Launcher? How to Grow RPG would be the soonest one, so yes. My town is Yuba City in California. I've never heard of that place. Happened to Pat Russian when he drank radioactive stuff. I need to do a follow-up on that video, because the point of him drinking the radioactive stuff is supposed to be a segue into his new form. His new form slightly got alluded to in the milk video when he drinks the milk through the gas mask. So the next follow-up would basically be Pat Russian drank plutonium and he's evolved into this new form. Can you do a quad minigun turret? I'm not sure. That would probably not, unfortunately. Good thing there's a coke gun of that model. Yes, exactly. M3 grease gun or Sten? Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the Sten. Maybe I'm just a little bit biased towards the British side of things, so maybe the Sten. If you had one wish, but it had to be one of these: world peace, a lot of wealth, money, power, or one superpower. World peace in a heartbeat, guys. In a heartbeat. Unless that superpower was to make world peace, like if I could be Superman, right? But I feel like if I was Superman, I would have a very busy life. So, I don't know. But hey, you know, if that means sacrificing my free time to do something good, then maybe that is the right thing to do. So, but I think world peace over wealth, money, I think is without a doubt. I wouldn't even, you couldn't pay me enough. All right. Yo, world peace, bro. Ain't wanting mad anytime soon. Yeah, USS Fletcher, you summed it up. You summed it up. I think that's the only thing on Earth that I would not like to happen. I mean that literally, right? 903. Can you grow 50 cal machine gun? I can in the future. Fallout, nuclear apocalypse, or zombie apocalypse. I'd take a zombie apocalypse over nuclear fallout any day, right? Like we'd find a way to come together. Dude, even an alien invasion would be better than us just icing the planet. And we'd probably lose an alien invasion, so maybe, I don't know. But that's all speculation. Hello from India. Man, it's so crazy, like, where you guys come from. I really wish I could stay longer. Unbelievable. I need to do more of these, guys. This channel is a blessing, really, truly, to be able to talk to you guys from across the world. I hope you all are doing well, by the way. I know I say that a lot. PPSH 43 or 41? Probably 41 because of the iconicness, but if I had to own one, I would want the 43. Pineapple on pizza. Oh, any day of the week I would have said I hate it, but I tried it once and it's not that bad. So I think it's okay. I'm sorry, guys. I think pineapple on pizza is actually all right. I'm addicted to guns. That's why I like your channel. Hey, man, not a bad thing to be addicted to. All right. We're going to wrap this up here in a second, but I'll read these last three. Hey, brother, I want to stop by real quick and say thanks for all the great videos I've been watching for as long as I can remember. And that always makes me smile. Sincerely, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. That means a lot to me. The only thing I could ever ask from the channel is that I make you guys smile. That's from day one. The video with the Age of Mythology, We Will Rock You, I upload on the channel because I want you guys to laugh. Even if I'm the only one who sees it, I want to put out something that I think's funny for you. So thank you, American Ally. That means a lot to me. That is definitely the goal of the channel. What country or state? I'm in Mississippi. What about y'all? I'm in Nebraska. I'm 9 years old. Dang, that's crazy. All right, gotta dip as well. Gotta go to bed. Busy day tomorrow. I hope your day goes well. Your stuff is great. Thank you. Nice talking to you, Jelly, because you're a nice guy. I'm from Texas. I like Texas. New York. Ugh, I'm sorry. You know, New York's not bad. If you can find what you like in New York, I'm sure it's okay. But me personally, I don't think I'd like to live in New York. Best gun farmer in the West, Connecticut. Nice. Thank you for making the videos. Nice chatting with you as all. All right, I'm gonna wrap that up there, guys. There'll be more of these though, so if you feel like I missed something, don't worry too much about it. But I do need to get going, unfortunately. So, all right. Again, thank you all for watching. I hope wherever you are, you have a good rest of your day or a good day tomorrow. And thank you. Now I need to figure out how to end this chat, actually. I think it's just this X. Yep. All right. Bye, guys.